We sport on deals, on court.
Let's kind of call into question the media. You know, the sports reporting, but with TMZ, it's getting a lot of more personal stories. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say about the media and the way they've reported on this story? Because it's kind of been more so under the covers.
For something like this, I think it needs to have more attention towards it, because this is a professional athlete that is dealing with racism. A couple of months ago, James Blake had to go through the same situation where he was coming out his hotel room and was going to the U.S. Open, and cops just threw him down to the ground, and because of mistaken identity. And like I said, the running joke that we normally have is, well, what is mistaken identity? But everybody knows that what happened was wrong. And we see these cases over and over and over and over again. But what are we going to do about it? And that's the biggest thing. How do we go about changing action moving forward? And the way that James Blake is handling it, because I think he has a civil suit out right now, and the way that Thabo Sefolosha is handling it, because he has the civil suit that's potentially coming out, are the areas and are the ways to handle these situations that the media needs to talk about more, that needs to be portrayed about what's going on and what's happening.
I would argue that the media is doing this correctly, okay? This is what the media does. This is what we do. You put something out there, if people read it, they read it. If they don't read it, they don't read it. So it's about what's gonna get clicks, okay? So if people do their due diligence and write an article on it, it's not up to them if people don't read it or not. People are going to be more interested in what's going on with Johnny Manziel in Cleveland, what's going on with Lamar Odom and Khloe Kardashian. So the information is out there. Just like, hey, if you want to be a billionaire, there's a bunch of books and studies and things that you can do to do what you got to do. If you want to be an investment specialist, you could take a class, you could do all this, but the question is, will you?
I mean, it's not about the question of will, it's about the question of the narrative. And what is the narrative that's being portrayed out there?
I believe the narrative is out there, is what I'm saying. I think the narrative's out there.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the things that are portrayed out there, you know, between, like you said, the Kardashians, Empire, and all these other things, all these negative things that's being portrayed out there. When something like this happens and you see the silver lining about he's doing it in a positive, nonviolent, legal manner, I think that should be the narrative that not only people, but especially African Americans that are going through this situation should talk about.